Ancestors, we welcome you into the womb of our mind, the womb of our heart, and the womb of our sacred seat. Ashe, welcome to the sacred sister circle portion of Sankofa Ancestor Shrine. I'm your host, Sacred Woman Tatami, and today we're going to continue our journey through the gateways utilizing the Senab Freedom Quilt project found in the Sacred Woman book by Queen Afua. And you can feel free to do this while you're doing your journey through the gateways. We had done that the past year. I left all of that one public so people can journey through the gateways on their own, and as well as various other, sacred movement and meditation videos to go through that. But I always found that I was way too busy to go through the quilt portion. So it's been really fun to try and do the project for the first time, really actually get it done and attempt it. And it has been a bit of a challenge, mostly because of the whole quarantine situation. Really, I've been trying to not make any frivolous purchases, too many, to make sure that I'm not overusing delivery people for things that I don't necessarily need. I don't want to risk anybody's life. So I've been really challenging myself to use what I have at home, which was always the plan. I always did want to use what I had at home, but I didn't expect it to be quite like this. So I'm definitely pushing myself and wanted to show the not only patch that I finally finished. It was a little more difficult just because I made it very skinny. So if you'll see here, I have a leaping dancer with her hands over her head. I'm not sure what this dance move is. It just kind of came out as I cut the fabric and as I was moving it and creating it, and she just kind of appeared leaping along. And her original sketch was supposed to hold a piece of kente cloth, but because I used such a loud piece of fabric in the background, once I placed the cloth up here, oh, and I connected her arms, which I didn't do in the sketch. I need to actually hold this so you can see. So I didn't do that in my sketch. There was separate hands, but once I had been drawing it, it felt like it was coming out different, and I kind of went with the circle, and once it was complete, I realized that all of this here was really wild and, vibrant, and a piece of kente would just kind of blend in and not really look good. And it's okay to have a pretty simple patch. This is a pretty cool one, if I do say so myself. It was really difficult. Like I said, some of these parts are really thin, involved a lot of turning in and doing that applique. I still have not tried to do an actual quilt patch where you like cut up a bunch of pieces and put them together. And that's just because I feel more creative this way, I guess. I think I can do a lot more things and like utilize what I'm doing in a lot more ways. So at any rate, this was my sacred movement patch. This is what I got up with. And yeah, I'm really excited about it. I think it's a pretty cool one. And it did turn out okay. I thought at first, like, now I'm seeing it in the camera, I'm seeing it in the light especially. I'm really taking to it because you can really see the person. But it was really difficult to find a piece of fabric that I could use for this one because at first I was trying to use this and it just didn't work. And so I think I might save this one for sacred healing. What do you think with this, like, snake thing? I think it would be really intriguing for the healing one. And I already kind of got a little bit of a plan for it. So, yeah, I thought that would be cool. And then I tried this one, and it just didn't feel right for movement. Like, this one feels like these little plants could be like swaying in the wind or growing in the sun, but this, it just felt so blocky, and like it didn't feel like movement to me once I cut a piece of it out, or once I took the fabric out. Then I cut a piece of it out because I was like, I'll save that for later. since I just happen to be doing that with all of them, I guess. For anybody new, I'll quickly show my other ones. This was my Gateway 0, Sacred Womb. Gateway 1, I believe, is the Sacred Words. Is this one? Words? Make sure I'm like not just talking. Yes, that was Sacred Words. Then last month's, for March, we had Sacred Foods, right? This one is a little sloppy, but my carrot will manage. Somehow it will manage. I'm still new, y'all. I'm still new. We'll figure this out. And so then, yes, and then we have our Sacred Movement for April. Okay, so we're all caught up-ish, but we're already halfway through May, fam. We're already halfway through May. I don't know. Is somebody out there keeping up with me? I hope I'm not, like, holding anybody back. It's my only hope. It's my distinct hope. So, May is Sacred Beauty. And so this one, I'm at a blank. Literally. Blank. I have nothing, no clue, no how. I'm here just like you to learn today. And we're going to be at page 213 if you have your book. I'm going to go ahead and read the people on this first page for the cover page for chapter 9, Gateway 4, Sacred Beauty. The spiritual guardian is Het Haru. So these people, these names should hopefully give us a little inspiration, maybe to think about what we would want to represent on a quilt square, and also to keep it, still manageable. I think it's good to have a mix, probably, of really complex ones, unless you're having all the time in the world, then honey, but, I don't think it's best to have them all be so heavy, too. I was thinking about that. I was like, do I want a jacket that's, like, weighed down by, like, a shit ton of beading? Will that work out? It will definitely change the type of jacket I'm supposed to get, I think, or that I should get, because, for various reasons there. But it's probably always going to have to be a heavy jacket that I sew these patches on. Let me see. So we have Queen Ta is the first ancestor. Now, she was King Tut's grandmother, and she was just known for her wisdom and beauty. Caught Amenhotep III's eye, and she was able to be highly influential to him in court. So, this idea of being a powerful, beautiful woman, using your wisdom, and other symbolism could be really helpful. In my mind's eye, I think I saw, like an Egyptian eye would be a really interesting quilt square, I think. Especially if you're going to put it on, like, something that will be seen, like a wall quilt or a jacket. You can always, make a scarf and all sorts of other interesting projects with it. But ones where you could definitely see, I think that eye would be really an intriguing one. And let me see. We also have, for the elders, moving on, is Lena Horne. Fancy. So something very glam would also be very beautiful. And maybe featuring some type of makeup. I'm sure there are quilt squares that get really fancy with that type of thing. Let's see, we have Kaitha Het Haru and Kenna Evans. I'm not familiar with them off the top of my head at this time. I think we went over that at another time. We have Erica Badu for our contemporaries, Lauren Hill. But don't feel really constrained just by, like, either of their vibes, like the more, like, reggae vibes or hippie vibes, or, vibes that are comedic in some way. Really find your own inspiration. Maybe find a muse is really what that's about. Maybe there's someone on Instagram who does something or says something, and you really love what they do, and maybe you can find something of their essence to really channel into your work in that way. But also lyrics. You can look at lyrics of some of your favorite artists, some of your favorite lyricists who really are very poetic with their way of words, like Lauryn Hill and Erykah Badu are. But, don't feel so limited by the people I just said. Think about, your own favorite movie stars, your own favorite singers, and poets, expressors, people who are known for their beauty, either inside or out, however it is you want to express that, especially something that you need to remind yourself, perhaps. And that's why I was thinking that I would be really cool too, is because it's not just about the beauty of like the makeup you put on it, but also the ability to see into things and discern and understand. So finding those things that can give that symbolism to yourself. It says, the stone is malachite. The color is green, I believe. The element is earth. Sacred beauty embraces the divine aesthetic of harmony within and without. It offers us a healthy alternative, the way of natural beauty to enhance our divine loveliness. Sacred beauty brings harmony to every aspect of one's life through comedic etiquette, an ancient form of grace and beauty expressed through the Kemetic Nubian spiritual path. It will cosmically attune you to holistic dress as you learn to unfold into a beautiful attitude filled with a rainbow of colors. Sacred beauty rules the heart center. Without sacred beauty, there is only artificial beauty. Applications for skin, hair, breasts, lips, and eyes, all of which cause toxic shock. Developing your sacred beauty helps to create devotion to a divine, beautiful life. The awakening of the gateway of sacred beauty opens the eye of divine aesthetic harmony and rids us of a mundane vision of the world. It allows us to transform our world and everything in it for the good and the beauty of humanity. The gateway attunes us to the unlimited possibilities of divine beauty as a healing balm. So I think this is a really intriguing reminder as well. It's about how you perceive the world around you. Do you see the world around you as beautiful? So it could also, this quilt square could also represent a place, really. It could represent somewhere maybe that your paradigm has shifted about, or somewhere that you've always loved, or a symbol of something you've always loved. I think, or just honoring, nature, really, could any kind of honoring of nature. I've seen a lot of really interesting quilt squares that, or quilts, should I say, that feature um, like rivers and nature areas. And I found those quilts just so intriguing because, and I think I either already did post a post about that, that where I posted examples of those quilts. So if you're on the Patreon, you're likely to see it. Either you've already seen it or it's coming up soon, about the quilt square, because I try and post examples to also get a visual going, of what I think could maybe be used to inspire other people on this journey. And it's tagged. I do usually always tag everything. But at any rate, I've seen some that are very abstract, like using like, oh, this is like a bunch of different browns and then a bunch of different blues, and here on the sides is greens, and it's just strips of fabric. It's not really concrete what you're looking at, right? But then I've also seen ones that are, intricate. You can see every leaf that they've put on there. So it can be a really beautiful thing. A flower, perhaps. This is one where you could just make a very simple, beautiful, sacred beauty. You could put a lotus, the coming up from the mud, right? We love that metaphor. Everybody does, I think. But especially here in the Sacred Woman book, right? When you graduate, you are a sacred lotus woman. And so I think it has very beautiful, meaning, right? Doesn't she have a lotus right here? I was about to say, where we go. I know what I'm talking about here. So, you can find your ways to really show something beautiful, or it could be like a feature you've learned to love, That could be something, because being able to see the beauty in something that society continually degrades you on and rails you on. You don't have to be like perfect about whatever it is, but it could be something that you've had a breakthrough with throughout your journey as a sacred woman, or as a more spiritually attuned person, as you've been growing, as you've been working and walking on your path of wellness. Um, or it could also, she mentions how, there are many choices in life when it comes to beauty, and none of them is necessarily makes you a better person than another person. But there are certain health risks that come with certain toxins, right? And so when you make those choices to use more toxic products for different reasons, and like some things it's not as big of a deal, you know what I mean? I think like using grease in your hair, I've never really seen like the true issue in it. I don't use it anymore. I don't buy it for my family anymore because I've found other products to use just from what I do their hair. And luckily for my family, even though everybody has a different hair type, for the most part, we manage. And so, but then there's other things, like let's say you get like a butt implants or something, and you get like a Brazilian butt lift or something, that has a really high death rate. And so there's levels to this shit, but Queen's quite correct when she's saying that some things are just automatically less healthy than others to apply to your skin, to your hair, to your body. And like when you're constantly rubbing this into your skin to absorb, you have to be careful. You have to think about what you are doing. And sometimes you're in hard times and it's very difficult and you can't. And so you have to, make do with whatever you have, just get some good old fashioned lotion and make do or whatever. And instead of using your oils or whatever you've been using, or your shea butters or what have you, your different creams. There are certain levels, but always doing the best you can with what you have. Absolutely. And so featuring that onto your square could be as simple as trying to make like a jar, or like show your beauty routine, or show some form of that's natural, or that you prefer that's not natural, because that's you know what I mean. So like I'm sure she has a bunch of makeup products in here that she could recommend, but there are a lot of more modern ones that we would be more typically prone to using, so finding those ones that are as healthy as we can to apply to our skin and face especially, and featuring that on your quilt square in some way. Your favorite makeup brand maybe would be a fun one. If I had a favorite makeup brand, I might totally do that. That would be really amazing. I still need to get on that makeup thing, y'all. I am almost 30 and I cannot beat my face. It is a travesty, and I don't have much time. I'm about to be in my 30s. I'm about to be in my best decade of my life, and I don't know how to beat my face. Ancestors, help me. Help me. What do I need to know? All right, so she says, ooh, rose oil or cinnamon oil. Rose or cinnamon, maybe make that flower a rose. That would be a really beautiful one. I think that would be awesome. Oh, I love it. Because she says, promoting love, forgiveness, compassion, and peace. Cinnamon oil helps to eliminate circulation problems, emotional instability, repressed love, and heart problems. So that's something you can add to your bath, and you can add to your quilt square if you would like. Let's see. We have let's see. Oh, we have a long meditation in here. This book always has such fun surprises that I forget. And I've read it several times. Pomegranate, iris, Indian paintbrush, pretty face, and pink monkey flower are the flowers of this gateway. So this gateway has a lot of flower terminology, a lot of blossoming going on here. You can make a little bouquet at this rate. Let's see. Oh, she reminds us, this is a really wonderful reminder here from the Senab Freedom Shawl or quilt that she talks about right here. That would be really fun to do. Next time I do this one, I'm going to make the squares really big and then maybe make a shawl would be really awesome. That would be really cool. I think I might do that next time. Next time. She says, choose a new piece of cloth that corresponds to the gateway color indicated in exercise 9 of your daily spiritual work. I think I said it was green, right? Yeah, I think I said it was green. She said exercise 9. This? What in the... Why did she say exercise 9? Yeah, on the first page, though, it says sacred tablecloth green and scarf to wear during prayer. So, yes, the color is green. The color is green. I wish I could find my copy of The Wiz. I can't find it, and everyone's stuck at home, and I can't force anyone to watch it with me. It makes me sad. Let me see, where am I? The cloth serves as a mini canvas to represent your experience in the gateway you are working in or have already passed through in this case. This is going to be added to your shawl, your quilt, your wall hanging, whatever it is you're making. You could be even making, a sculpture of some sort for each gateway. You could be making, I don't even know what else you could make. Make a pot for each gateway. I don't know what other people make with their fruit. Make a painting. Paints with your watercolors, your acrylics, whatever it is you have. Okay, so for those of us who are sewing, though, she says collect meaningful symbols. Yes, that's a perfect reminder. Go out there, find a Adinkra symbol that works with a sacred beauty. I'm sure there's one that could work if I was willing to go haul out that deck. I'm telling you right now. Okay, so go find a symbol, something that symbolizes sacred beauty to you. That would be a very simple, elegant, beautiful quilt square, I think, as well. But I'm still leaning towards a flower. That just sounds lovely. Let's see. She says, you can add stones. I can't believe I haven't added a stone yet. How many months deep are we? And I have not added a stone. I've added my little faux pearls and stuff, but my beads, but I've not yet added a stone to any of my things. Ooh, I have a quartz. Maybe I can somehow put that in there somehow. Okay, let me see, where am I? Other natural objects. Don't be afraid to go out there and get messy by yourself with social distancing. Don't invite your friends. Sorry, baby. Don't invite your friends. Go by yourself and pick up a stick or something. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what other natural items you could use. Maybe make some natural paint. I don't know. Go get inspired. Perhaps that's all you'll get out from out there, but you can get out there and take a few good breaths. She says you can add some kind of collectibles, family heirlooms, photographs that you've printed onto fabric, or any other significant items that embody the essence of your experience. Give your imagination free rein and let your craftswoman spirit tell your story. Amazing. And if you have the book, you can go back to pages 127 to 129 to read more. Or if you do not, just go back to, I think it would be the first video where I didn't have any quilt squares made yet and we were just reading the instructions. And there's a playlist for the Senab Freedom Shawl quilt project. I'm not sure exactly what I called it. But yeah, so get your little scrap fabrics together and let's get May finished. I'm going to try and finish this one fast. I said that last time and now we're already halfway through the month, blah, blah, blah. But I want to get this finished before next month. So I only have a couple weeks and I have so many other things to do. So Sacred Beauty it is. I'm going to make another post. I'll make another post for this one too. And we'll see what we can create. We'll see what we create. And, you know, by we, I mean me, because nobody has shown me their quilt square yet. Actually, you know what? I haven't checked my Instagram in like a month for Sacred Sister Circle. So I'm going to go ahead and do that before I continue to whine about nobody tagging me. I hope you've done something. I hope you've done something and you've tagged either the Sacred Sister Circle or the Sankofa Ancestor Shrine or both. Gave a shout out to both so your friends know about both so that we can get some more people active and joining us and hopefully start get to the point where we can start hiring people to come on and talk with me on this. So you're not just seeing my face all the time. We can maybe build a family of people who volunteer their time for this and you know, you know, volunteer their knowledge and what they know, which is what this is all about. It's about us learning and growing together. So I'm super excited about this. I've got a couple ideas going in my brain right now. I'm not sure which way I'm going yet. I'm not sure. But we'll see. We'll see what I come up with and I'm really excited. I'm really liking the rose idea. I'm gonna see if I can see an easy rose quilt square or maybe like we can all share. I don't know. I'm not sure where this is taking us. You're as blind as I am. It's the blind leading the blind in this one. So I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for watching and may your ancestors and spirit guides be with you at every crossroads.